When I get older,
I will be stronger.
they'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher. See the champions, take the field now. Unify us, make us feel proud. Israel, Israel, every nation all around us. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a wave. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a wave.
Welcome. Please remain standing for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose proud stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. To our noble graduates, our esteemed faculty, our wonderful staff, and almost 200 people seated here today to celebrate the achievements of the class of 2015, I thank you. I'm absolutely honored to have been part of this journey. 2 to 3 years ago, the Trulaske College of Business execMBA program, they put out a call. We were looking for people who were not content with the status quo, people who wanted to challenge themselves, who wanted to make an impact on more than their small corner of the world, or their office, or their division, or their organization. We looked for people who literally wanted to change the world, to mentor others, to create employment, to change their communities, their environments, to be beacons of respect, responsibility, discovery, and excellence, and everything else that the University of Missouri stands for. And 21 months ago, a group of individuals from 10 states with 422 years of combined experience, these people answered the call. They were strangers to each other, really, each with a unique path and a different journey. The 28 graduates seated here today arrived with one singular thing in common, one uniting factor that crosses genders, geographical lines, backgrounds, socioeconomic lines, everything. And that common denominator is you in the audience. You, the 200 spouses, children, partners, mentors, colleagues, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, every single one of you here today, you were the uniting factor that brought these people here. You supported the 28 individuals seated before us in tackling one of the most grueling and difficult degrees in the world. You, the audience, not only gave these professionals the courage to start, you gave them at different times in the experience the heart to keep going through the highs and the lows, through the tears and the joy, through the anger and the laughter, through the hellos and the goodbyes. Through it all, you supported them to keep going. And what was grueling and difficult became transformative. Few people in the world tackle an executive MBA degree. Fewer even finish it. And fewer still work as hard and as with much heart as the 28 people that we are celebrating here today. To our execMBA graduates of the class of 2015, I say thank you. It has been an honor and a privilege for all of us, faculty and staff, to have been a part of your journey. We thank you. And now I have the pleasure of introducing our Dean of the Robert J. Trulaske Senior College of Business, Joan Gable.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to see you all here today. It's an extreme pleasure to congratulate our students on their success, and we really look forward to handing you your diplomas, although we will be very sad to see you go. It has been an absolute privilege to work with you over these last 21 months, a privilege for me to travel with you and to see that experience be a part of your educational experience and ours as we learn as much from you as we hope that you do from us. And it will be a privilege to watch and see what happens to you, what has happened to you over the last 21 months and what will happen to you as you move into the next chapters. For the families and friends here, this is a new program for us. This is, of course, only our second graduating class. We have several of the alums of the first graduating class here who we love seeing that kind of connection. And what I want you to know about that is that a lot of colleges of business have MBA programs for working professionals, but we take a lot of pride, as Kathleen was describing, in the partnership in which we utilize technology and on-campus work so that our program really is a Mizzou program. It really is a Trulaske program. These students know each other. They know all of you. They know us. It is a partnership. It has resulted in an extremely connected group of alums. It's really enhanced the educational experience, and that only happens because there is a lot of commitment by a very interesting, intelligent, competent, successful group of students and faculty, but also all of you. So I want to echo Kathleen's expression of appreciation for the support you've provided to our graduating class, and that therefore translates into support for entire college, and we're extremely grateful for that. We are here today, though, to recognize a journey that has come to the end of the first chapter, where you receive your degree, but are now alums of this college and this university if you weren't already. And that means it's just the beginning of the next chapter. And we're really looking forward to seeing how we continue to work together, what this means for you professionally, what this facilitates for you personally. I know that you all are very glad to be done, and you should be. You should be very proud of what you've accomplished. But I hope that you will stay together as a cohort as much as your circumstances allow, that you connect with everyone from the class of 2014, as I know you already have, and several of them are here today. This is, I think, if we were to really boil it down, of the many things we hope we've given you, the best thing you can give each other is that you have now developed this peer mentor network that is unique. You've had this shared experience that no one else has had, and it will be a foundation for you as you make decisions, as you look for opportunities, as you benchmark and vet all of the different things that are going to come your way, the opportunities that we know you're going to have. There will be no better starting point for the conversations about how or why than the people sitting to your left and right. So I strongly encourage you to stay in touch. Well, I guess it depends on who's to your left or right, but look across the row and you can decide who you want to talk to about those opportunities. But of course, also to stay connected to us. We really treasure the relationship that we've built with you, and we hope it's the beginning of a long, long journey of connection and shared partnership to come. How you've learned is something that we hope to learn from as we continue to improve the program, as we work with all of our other programs. What we learn from all of you translates into what we do with our undergraduates, our full-time MBA. It inspires our research that we work on with our doctoral students. So staying connected to us is a win-win, and we hope that you'll see the value in that too. So the best thing, though, that we do today, though, is hand out diplomas and offer congratulations and send everyone on their way for their first summer in a while without coursework. I know families and friends are looking forward to that as well. So without further ado, let me just express my congratulations to each and every one of you and offer, on behalf of the college, our best wishes for a very bright and successful future. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ferris, Senior Associate Dean for Graduate Studies and Research, and it's my pleasure to present 2 faculty awards for excellence in education by your faculty that you've come to know. The commitment and excellence of my faculty colleagues in teaching executives really should be noted before I present the awards. 12 of the 16 faculty received at least 1 nomination, with many of you receiving multiple nominations. So the competition for these awards was very intense and the bar was quite high. The winning professor for teaching excellence in the first-year courses is Dr. Tone Stam, Leggett and Platt Distinguished Professor of MIS. The award, come on up, Tone. The award here that Tone's going to receive is for his course in business analytics. And before we actually give him the award, let me embarrass him just a little bit more and share with you some comments that you made about Professor Stam. Tone was very interested in the success of his students, both professionally and personally. He also made sure we understood why we were learning what we were learning and how. Another student wrote, Tone not only took a difficult subject and made it easier to understand, but he was also a calming factor. In that whirlwind of going back to school, Tone encouraged us that we would all eventually make it. His support continued well beyond the class. It's clear he cares about all of us. I think we're going to get photos. The winning professor for teaching excellence in the second-year course is Dr. James Noble, professor in the Industrial Manufacturing System Engineering Department, for his course in Operations and Supply Chain Management. I have some comments about Jim that you all shared with us that I'd like to read out. Frankly, this is a no-brainer. Jim taught me how to identify a process's inefficiencies and then make a plan to correct it. Did I mention I have never been part of a class like this? It was truly amazing. Another student wrote, Jim is a methodical instructor that can successfully translate and illustrate the relationship between theory and tactics. And the third comment was, Jim taught this course really well, and I will never forget Herbie. I don't know who Herbie is, but I wasn't in the class. This was more than just a course. I really enjoyed his teaching style as well as the content. Jim, congratulations. It's now my honor to introduce the representative of the class of 2015, chosen by his peers to speak today. This individual is not only the owner of one, but two successful restaurants. So I'd like to ask Matt Jenny to come up and deliver some comments.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Ferris. Thank you, faculty, staff, family and friends, and distinguished alumni. On behalf of the class of 2015, it is my pleasure to stand before you today to give our thanks and offer congratulations. We would not be here if not for the support of so many people. To the faculty and staff, I would like to thank you for helping us, for sometimes frustrating us, but most of all, for teaching us. Your effort and passion ignited the flame of learning in all of us. When they tell us that we stand on the shoulders of giants, it is truly your shoulders that we stand on. To our family and friends and supporters, thank you for giving up your time and taking extra work so that we could take this journey. If not for your loving support, we would not be standing here today. And we share this honor with you. The two words, thank and you, do not even come close to showing the deep appreciation that we've had for all that you have done for us. We started this journey 21 months ago as a gaggle of strangers, each trying to impress our classmates while trying hard not to wonder how we could get out of this. We were in too deep at that time. And I think we've learned a lot in the last 2 years. Probably early on, we learned pretty quickly that Jeff King is not the person that you want at your press conference if your pig farm is on fire. We learned that doing extra credit in Tone's class gets you Belgian chocolates in the shape of your first initial, that you need at least 4 web links in every discussion post for Joel and Dr. G's class. We learned that astronauts are cool and Jay High is a great dancer. We learned that Dr. Shaw is one of the few people in the world that can make accounting interesting. And we also learned that Dr. Ferris is a great lecturer. We learned that Doug is the coach that everybody wishes they had. And I'll tell you, somewhere along the way, probably pretty early on, we learned that Jen Merrick's likes babies. But she's not the only one, as we've had 6 babies born during the program and soon to be 8. And Jen is one of the 8 and one of the 6. So she has that unique distinction. Now, Tone, I did a regression on these data set, and I determined that we're 1 baby equates for every 3.5 students. So I appreciate all the hard work you did for me there. About halfway through, we went to Chile, and in Chile, we learned that copper is the main export, but not to be worried, they'll have enough for at least, 75 more years or so. We also learned that the inside of the W Hotel conference room looks the same no matter what country you're in. But you kind of have to be in Chile to truly experience the grandeur of the Andes at sunset. Now, we learned that Courtney and her family at Kingston Winery make pretty good wine, and I think we learned that well. But we also learned that we were one good kick away from the greatest party Chile has ever seen. If only that ball was 6 inches lower. Now, this last year, we learned that Zach will be missed, but that the program is in great hands with Kathleen at the helm. We learned that Xiaoming likes to talk, and that the goal is probably the best textbook that we will ever read. We learned that Ratty has some cool friends that know a lot about branding, and Sham was talking above our heads most of the time. Sorry, Dr. Sham, you were. We learned more about discount retailers than we ever thought possible, and I'll tell you what, we definitely learned that John Stansfield has no filter. Now, in these last 8 weeks, I think we learned pretty quickly that senioritis is a real affliction, and that Dr. Karen Schnatterly, MD, did her level best to keep her patients alive all the way till graduation, and I appreciate that very, very much. But I think the biggest thing we learned in over these last 22, 21 months was that these perfect strangers from what seems like such a short time ago, I mean, 2 years has gone by and it seems like a blink of an eye, that these strangers could, through phone calls and go-to meetings and on-campus visits and a lot of time spent at an Irish bar in South America, that these people could become our teammates, our confidants, our advisors, but most of all, they're our friends. Thank you, class of 2015, for building a foundation of learning and friendship that will last a lifetime. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And now I'm called upon to introduce our Student Services Director. I think she thought she was done taking phone calls from us, but I'm going to call her one more time. Jessica Trimble is going to come up to read the list of names. Thank you.
All right, now Dean Gable will return to her area at the table for the presentation of diplomas. Martha Jo Ahrens. Brent Michael Anderson. Dustin Scott Bernath. Jared Clark. Daniel Leland Clay. Ray Thomas Coleman. David Matthew Cooper. Kyle Alexander Cousins. Robert Dougherty. Joseph Christian DeGrande. Jason Friesenborg. Brian David Gear. Kristen Nicole Geiger. Warren Lauren Lee Henderson. Matthew David Ginny. Jeffrey Michael King. Daniel Wayne Kingrey. Philip Roland Kraus. Michael J. Lillian. Jennifer Christine Merricks. Sabrina Michelle McDonnell. Ben McLaughlin. Rachel Diane Mobley. Aaron Sean Onesorge. Tony Perkins. Travis Gerald Sumner. Jeffrey Talbert. Eve Janine Thieler. We would now like to share with you some special moments from the journey of the class of 2015.
and please join us for singing our alma mater.
Missouri, fair Missouri, dear old varsity. Ours are hearts that fondly love thee. Here's a health to thee. Proud art thou in classic beauty of thy noble past. With thy watchwords, honor, duty, thy high fame shall last. Every student, man and maiden, swells the glad refrain, till the breezes music laden wafts it back again. Proud art thou in classic beauty of thy noble past. With thy watchwords, honor, duty, thy high fame shall last.
Class of 2015, congratulations, you are officially executive MBAs. From the left to the right? Please move your tassels from the right to the left. And once again, congratulations.